On the 22nd of February 2011, the city of Christchurch is devastated by a 6.3 magnitude earthquake.
Probably one of the most enduring images of the earthquake is of a woman being dragged by a dog as a building collapses behind her. That dog's name is Honey, and this is her. Like many animals, she seemed to sense danger before people did. The woman in that piece of footage firmly believes that Honey saved her life. There were many stories of animal heroes. Guide dogs leading their owners to safety, rescue dogs finding survivors, but there were also hundreds of animals that were victims of the quake.
On a special episode of SPCA Rescue, it's a race against time to save animals trapped in buildings shattered by the earthquake.
Found it.
Animal control struggles to deal with a mass of lost and abandoned dogs.
That's why you don't have your dogs roaming the street.
Where are you from, eh?
A rescue hero collapses with exhaustion.
Her handler was worried that she scavenged some rotten food from a search site that they were in this morning.
And animal lovers rally to care for hundreds of lost, homeless and abandoned pets.
This is incredibly stressful for them.
No experience in transporting turtles, though.
Animal welfare workers are facing the biggest natural disaster in New Zealand's history. The Christchurch Animal Control Shelter is filled to capacity with earthquake refugees, while the SPCA struggles to cope with displaced cats.
You put your cats in the cages. Are you able to get to us at 14 Wilmers Road?
What was her name?
And anxious pet owners.
Have you checked Trade Me and Track a Pet?
Daily.
He's microchipped and he's got a disc.
These are desperate times, Glenys, and look, I absolutely understand your situation.
As aftershocks continue to rock the city, a specialist SPCA emergency team arrives from Wellington to join the rescue efforts.
This street just scares me, it's literally like a war zone. You can't help but just imagine the horror that these people would have had to go through.
And it's not long before they're in the thick of it.
There's a 19-year-old cat that the owners are concerned about. They can't obviously come in because it's in the cordoned off area. So basically we want to see if we're checking at the moment whether it's safe to go in.
There's 2 cats, there's 2 apartments.
Outside the cordon, the cat's owners wait for news.
Chloe, she's nearly 19. I think she'll cope, but whether she can last for a week, I'm not too sure about it.
This is my cat, Maddie. Last time we saw Maddie was in the morning, about 9 o'clock when we went off to work, and we haven't seen her since. She only had enough food probably for 2 days. Hopefully they find her.
The women's apartments are deemed unsafe, but the SPCA team gets access for this pet rescue.
This is pretty spooky. It is.
With an engineer at the helm, the team plans to find the cats and get out as quickly as possible.
Let the engineer do his job first.
Okay, you can come in.
This apartment has been violently shaken, but 19-year-old Maddie has no obvious injuries.
One more in the next apartment.
But getting to the neighbouring cat proves more challenging. Nearby, a different rescue team is working around the clock. There are only 11 New Zealand urban search and rescue dogs, but one of the elite team is not bearing up so well.
I came on shift at 8 o'clock this morning, just as she was being admitted, and she was just flat out.
Hunterway Cross Sasha has collapsed and is refusing to eat or drink.
Top of the list would be just exhaustion.
While vet staff hope Sasha is simply tired and stressed, they must also consider something more sinister.
Her handler was worried that she scavenged some rotten food from a search site that they were in this morning.
When they're going into buildings, there are toxins that are around as well, which is why we do the blood work to check their organs and make sure that they're healthy.
Further tests are required to determine whether Sasha is suffering from exhaustion or a more serious health problem. Outside the cordon, animal control officers are flat out.
Do you know the people that live here? You don't. So you haven't seen these people since the quake?
No.
right for days, and they just left the dogs here.
Hundreds of residents have fled their homes, leaving their pets behind.
Just looking at the state of the house and the amount of faeces around the house, there's been no one in there for a wee while.
And hundreds more animals have fled and lost their owners.
Where are you from, eh?
While some have to be removed, the city shelter is too full to take on every animal.
It's in good condition, nice, happy, wee, friendly dog. I mean, it's probably not ideal leaving dogs in the backyard when there's aftershocks. Animals are quite sensitive to that sort of thing. And she's got water and she's got a bed out here, so someone may be coming to feed her.
While Kerry has concerns for this dog, for now it will have to stay put. Across town, another earthquake victim is arriving at the SPCA. This dog is barely able to stand.
He probably doesn't need a muzzle, but we're just being careful because he's so nervous. He's just done a runner during the earthquake and covered some ground, and he's just peeled off his pads. That whole thing's a blister, really sore.
Nobody knows where he belongs or what ordeals he's been through.
And because it's mainly the front legs, it's possible that he's been scrabbling to get out of somewhere. You can't rule that out. He's an owned dog, obviously, and you can't tell a lot by his temperament at the moment because he's, number one, he's really sore, and number two, he's very nervous and disorientated. We'll give you some medication to put on those feet, and we'll give him some pain relief for the next few days just to keep him comfortable.
In the suburb of Bexley, an animal lover is distraught after her pet's enclosure was crushed during the quake.
I was actually in the garage when it happened, and just the noise, all the water in the glass. I just didn't know where to begin. There were just turtles trapped under glass everywhere.
Donna, who is known in Christchurch as the Turtle Lady, runs a sanctuary for sick and abandoned turtles.
This is Spencer. He was found wandering around Spencer Park a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay.
He's got lots of issues wrong with him. And this is my very special little girl, Minnie. When she came here, she was unconscious, and I didn't think she was going to make it.
Many homes have no water, and turtles can't survive without it. So Donna is trying to arrange a mass evacuation.
22, 23, 24.
Homeless turtles keep arriving.
Thank you for helping out.
Yeah, no worries.
The latest are from the Southern Encounter Aquarium, which has been destroyed by the quake.
Hello, you lot. Some stress-free girls.
The aquarium has taken a bit of a mortal blow, really, so...
Sorry, mate.
We have actually managed to get some animals out, so that's one thing anyway, so...
This is going to relieve so much pressure, it's just unbelievable.
Donna has been searching for somewhere safe to send the turtles.
Basically, I have to get to the airport as close to one as possible with all the turtles. Just the relief that all these turtles are going to be out of here for now. It's just brilliant.
A turtle supplier in Napier and the National Aquarium have offered to take them all. Now it's a race against time to catch the only flight that can transport live animals out of the city.
Right, airport.
Animal welfare workers are facing the biggest natural disaster in New Zealand's history. Within the wreckage of earthquake-damaged Christchurch, hundreds of animals are trapped, lost, or abandoned. In the evacuated red zone, a specialist SPCA rescue team is trying to reunite trapped pets with their owners. Behind this door is a second cat that has been without food or water for 7 days. 14-year-old Chloe appears frightened, but unharmed. Despite constant aftershocks, the rescue team escapes the apartment building with 2 cats safe and sound.
We're on shaky ground, and yeah, it's good to be out, and it's good to have another success. 2 more cats going home to be looked after by their respective owners.
Outside the cordon, the cats' return is a huge comfort to their owners.
Thank you so much.
Hey, that's all right.
We didn't think this would happen. No, I know they'll just want to be held. I know this one will. She'll just want to sleep beside me all night, I think.
It's been getting more stressful as time's gone on, and extra shakes. And this is one part of getting back to normal.
Yeah.
It's just lovely to have her back.
It's a happy outcome for these cats, but there are many more animals still trapped.
We've finished our jobs and now heading to the parrot. Over. Jesus.
A a restaurant owner's pet parrot is trapped in the evacuated area.
There's problems with many of the streets are blocked. We're on foot now.
The direction we're heading is not a comfortable one.
Holy shit, eh?
Definitely didn't expect to end up in this situation, way beyond what we'd usually do.
This bird is somebody's pet. It's probably a very important member of their family.
But the parrot can't be found, and the search has to be abandoned for safety reasons.
We pretty much went as far as we were happy to be safe, and we saw that the floor was disappearing somewhere, and we decided to come back out.
After 3 days at the SPCA, nobody has claimed the dog that ran until its paws were raw.
I've named him Max, but I don't really know exactly what he's like because he's just so spooked at the moment.
While Max's physical wounds are starting to heal, his bigger problems may now be psychological.
He's okay with me, but he doesn't really like other people at the moment. Just scared, just really scared.
Is he okay to bring outside?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
The most important factor in Max's recovery will be finding his owners.
Oh, we're just taking a picture of him so we can put him on Trade Me and Pets on the Net.
With hundreds of people using the sites to look for pets lost in the quake, hopes are high that Max's owners will be found. Life for Christchurch residents has been turned upside down.
All of a sudden I'm driving to the airport with 45 turtles about to go to Napier on a plane, and it's quite surreal.
With water shortages threatening the turtles' survival, Donna is staging a mass evacuation to Napier.
Main freight, we're here.
They arrive in the nick of time.
Okay, girls, over. That's probably the easiest, isn't it?
But the turtles' journey is just beginning, and it's fraught with danger.
This is incredibly stressful for them. You can't transport them in water because they get pneumonia from swishing water, but we want them to be cool and calm. He's a real character.
Donna is fearful for the turtles, some of which she has saved once before.
This is Minnie. She's a really special little turtle. She's taken so much work to get her well, and she's such a personality, and I'm really sorry to see her go. Thank you very much.
No worries.
The community is pulling out all the stops to help those in need.
We've done everything we can for them, so we'll just get them on their way. Yeah. No experience in transporting turtles, though.
In the suburb of Shirley, liquefaction and flooding have led to many homes being abandoned.
Hey, we're just returning to Oronte Street to check on a dog that Kerry had a look at this morning.
While this dog's owner has left home, there are signs someone is checking on him.
It's got water. Just top that up. Oh, there's miles of food, isn't there?
But to be sure the dog gets ongoing care, Grant turns to a neighbour.
Hi there. I wonder if you could do me a small favour. Look, I'm Grant from Animal Control. I'm going to leave you with some dog food.
No, that's fine.
And if you could just maybe feed the dog tomorrow, just in case we can't get here tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I'll do that.
With the animal shelter filled to capacity, officers need the public to help.
It's been really heartening from our perspective to see so many people that are prepared to help out other people. When the chips are really down, it's just amazing how people come together.
After 24 hours of vet care, rescue dog Sasha is showing some signs of improvement.
Good girl. This is the first time she's stood up. Good girl. This is great. This is really great.
But test results will determine whether she can return to help rescue efforts.
No blood. It's great. Things are really starting to look up for her. She'll be back out doing her job in no time.
The test confirms the vet's original suspicion that Sasha collapsed from exhaustion.
She's our first search and rescue patient that we've taken care of so far, and I suppose we all just really admire the work that these guys are doing. Humans always look after animals, and for a dog like Sasha, she's actually looking after us this time, and her job is out there, you know, searching for those people that are buried and missing. That's why they're man's best friend.
We believe this is the property, and we can hear it meowing. Sounds quite distressed.
Across town, the SPCA Rescue team has discovered more trapped pets.
Come on, hello.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, Shelby.
There's two.
These cats are frightened. But eventually, the two are brought down to safety.
So we're just waiting for the owner to turn up.
Their owner, who is in emergency housing, is on his way to pick up his cats from the cordon.
Thank you.
We've still got other jobs, particularly urgent jobs. So what we've done is arrange for the army that are based here at this cordon, and they'll look after our cat for us. They'll allow us to come free a lot faster and get out back into those cordons.
But the stakes are about to get higher.
So guys, at this stage we've got reports that there's a lot of small animals that are still inside that location.
Christchurch Polytech has been red tagged, which means it's unstable and unsafe to enter. Inside, many vet school animals have been trapped now for 6 days.
Assuming that they were living on the food and water that they were left at the time, yeah, that's probably going to be starting to get pretty thirsty and hungry, so want to get them out as soon as possible.
I mean, I know that animals are pretty much down the ladder with priority, but to me they're the most important, so it's...
Oh, and us too, for us.
The animal's main carer is worried sick.
They're my babies. I mean, I've got 3 kids, but you know, these guys are part of it as well, so it's just, yeah, hard knowing that they've been up here without food and water.
1 terrapin, 2 chinchilla, 2 rabbits. There's a male and a female, and maybe careful with the male because he's quite old.
My rabbit, Boomer, he's 7 years old in April, so I don't know how he's going to be, so just fingers crossed they're all right.
Any questions? All right, let's get it over and done with.
I'm nervous about them going in, but that's the thing, I can't go in, so I'm going to leave it up to these guys. Just freaked out, hoping they get them out.
In earthquake-damaged Christchurch, an SPCA team is entering the city Polytech building to rescue trapped vet school animals.
Just freaked out, hoping they get them out.
So we're on level 3.
Nobody knows if the animals have been harmed during the quake, and they have now been without food and water for 6 days. But incredibly, they are all alive, including the staff favourite, Boomer.
That's not going to be easy to get down the stairs.
With frequent aftershocks shaking the city, the team wants out as fast as possible.
We want to get out of this room and we want to be close to our stairwell. We don't want to be mucking around in here for very long. Nice and calm, we don't want to go scaring these fellas much.
And after a week of worry, the relief is overwhelming for Steph.
Yeah, just want to get them home now and give them more cuddles. Hey, baby boy.
After a good night's rest at the vet clinic, Sasha the rescue dog is on the mend.
We're just taking out her IV catheter. She's had a really good night. She's had some rest. She's eating well. She's ready to go.
And she is about to be reunited with her owner.
Who's this pretty girl? It's Mum. Hello. She looks so much better, doesn't she?
She does. I am so excited to have her back. It's just so nice. Missed her so much. We've been doing 12-hour shifts since we arrived, doing everything possible to bring people out. She means everything to me. I can't imagine my life without her. She is my best friend. She goes everywhere with me.
Bye, Sasha. Good girl. You keep up the good work, all right?
Sasha and Sarah will be back on duty after a little more rest.
I think instead of putting in her crate, she'll be rolling into my sleeping bag with me and having a good cuddle and a bit of a catch-up.
Across town, the Polytech animals have moved into their new temporary home at Steph's house.
I actually seriously thought that Boomer might not have survived because he is old. Oh, you're a good boy. Lots of offers from students to look after them, and thanks to all the students. But right now, guys, I just want to keep them close. Come on then. Good boy. I've got 3 teenage daughters and they're actually out with their grandparents in Oxford, so I know they're safe, but these are my other kids and, yeah, just worried about them, but they're all good now.
6 hours after leaving Christchurch, a special consignment has arrived in Napier.
Man, they're looking pretty good, aren't they?
These earthquake refugees have survived their ordeal and are drawing a small crowd.
Special flight from Christchurch. Some will go for a holiday up to the National Aquarium.
While the aquarium has offered to house some of the turtles, the sick ones will be cared for by turtle specialist Chris Byrne.
This is something that I feel, you know, I can actually help out in respect of what's really happened down there in Christchurch with the earthquake. And I know it's such a small little wee drop, but like someone pointed out, a lot of drops fill up the bucket.
After a week at the SPCA, there is great news for the dog that fled from home during the earthquake.
It's awesome having him back, it really is.
His real name is Buster, and his owners have been looking everywhere for him.
His feet look sore because he's not standing properly.
Buster is now off to a vet to plan ongoing treatment for his wounded paws.
Yeah, we don't have any kids, but Buster pretty much is just a kid to us. Acts like a kid, sleeps in a bed like a kid. He's real special.
I was just really worried for him because he's such a baby. I just knew he would have been so scared. Luck of the Irish.
Pretty cool, Buster.
What do you reckon? Don't step on my blue suede shoes.
After a scary week, it's time to get Buster home.
Pretty swish, eh? Like them. Might get a matching pair.
At the animal shelter, there are more happy reunions. This dog has been here 4 days, while her owner has been searching the city for her.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, you're a lifesaver.
Okay.
When the earthquake struck, all I wanted to do was get home to my dog, and I basically had to park my car miles away, walk home, and found that she was gone. Nothing else mattered to me, you know, just wanted my dog back. I'm just so happy to have it back, and I'll never leave it at my side again, eh? It's just unreal.
Within 4 weeks of the quake, more than 200 dogs were reunited with their owners.
All our stuff was ruined, can't go back to our house, but yeah, we didn't care about our stuff, we just wanted our dog back. That's all we wanted, eh?
Is that right? Feed your puppy.
But hundreds of animals remain unclaimed or missing. At the SPCA, a surprising creature is proving a source of hope. This pigeon, nicknamed Barney Rubble, was rescued from the ruins of the iconic Christchurch Cathedral 5 days after the quake.
From the minute Barney arrived, he was a special bird.
We were looking for something positive.
There's life out of the rubble.
For a month, Barney has been nursed back to health, and now he is ready to be released back into the wild.
He's looking great. He's looking good. I'm really hopeful that he'll fly today. Every amazing rescue story of these animals that are pulled out from all over the city is just, every extra one just lifts you up a little bit more, and you just realise that it makes you feel that it's all worthwhile and it's just all going to come back together again.